You know what? This one, I don't like this one. I don't like this one. You know, you can't make excuses. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. You cannot make excuses for things that happen in football. You can't make excuses for injury. You can't. You shouldn't make fun of players when they get injured. You shouldn't make fun of people that go through real life experiences. So let's get this out the way. So for the people who don't like us being 13-1, and the first thing that comes to your mind is your quarterback is injured, blah 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 blah, ha ha ha. You want to laugh at stuff like that. You are not even equivalent. You're not even there mentally for me to even respond to that. So we're going to get that out of the way right now. You ain't man enough for me to respond to nothing like that. You just lame for real. This bothers me, though. This bothers me. As much as I don't want to blame the coaching staff, because those guys have been doing an excellent job at flourishing with this offense all season, they got to get the blame for this one. They got to get the blame for this one. In what way, shape, or form do you have Jalen Hurts carry the ball 17 times? 17 times against a defense that is the stingiest in the league, or amongst the stingiest in the league against running quarterbacks due to the zone that they play. In case you've been hiding under a rock, Jalen Hurts will most likely miss the Dallas Cowboys game with a sprained shoulder. It's not a broken collarbone like everybody thought. This would explain the jump or the spike in the betting odds for the Christmas Eve game. This would explain the jump and the spike in the MVP race and all. You don't put your MVP caliber quarterback in situations like this. You don't do it. I would say this organization should have learned from 2017 when this happened from Carson Wentz, but this is a whole new coaching staff. Same GM though. Why are you running Jalen Hurts to the magnitude that you've been running them lately? It don't make any sense. A guy that's capable of throwing for 300 passing yards in a game, which he did, should not have to carry the ball 17 times, especially when you have a 1,000-yard rusher who only ran the ball like 5 times in the game. Make it make sense, coaching staff. He took some hard hits out there. Dudes were landing on him. He was getting stood up by linebackers. Now we know he's not going to back down. So what are you supposed to do when you got an athlete that's not going to back down? You protect him from himself. Protect him from himself. The game plan was horrible against the Bears. Horrible. Empty backfields? No, it was horrible. What were we trying to do? Were we trying to prove a point that our guy could run just as much as Justin Fields? I'm upset, man. I'm upset about this because this has most likely knocked our guy out of the MVP race, which he deserved it. This has most likely threw the rhythm of the offense off because now somebody else got to come in and play against our number ones. We need one more win to lock up the number 1 seed and get rest. One more win to lock up the number 1 seed. Gardner Minshew playing against the Dallas Cowboys fall right into their plan. A stationary quarterback who they don't have to worry about running. A stationary quarterback that they don't have to worry about running. Because our coaching staff, and I said this during the Chicago Bears game, I said, since that dude landed on Jalen Hurts, he has not been the same. I said that. Now, the good news is it's not a broken collarbone. The Philadelphia Eagles don't think that it's serious. His agent even came out and said it's not serious. But we should not be in this situation because running the ball 17 times against the Bears with your quarterback, like I said, damn playoff game, it just don't make no sense. Now, I don't think it's a serious situation because he obviously was able to finish the game. This happened in the third quarter. He was throwing bombs and dots down the field. Now, what happens is when you sprain your shoulder in a cold environment like that, it kind of locks up, it kind of numbs up, so you're able to finish the game. But the next morning, you're going to feel it. He looked fine in his press conference, but he probably woke up and it was stiff. Probably not going to be able to practice this week. And I think it's good that you sit him out against the Dallas Cowboys if you're not 100%, because they're looking for some get back. They're going to be amped up trying to make an example out of him just because they lost to the Jags and almost lost to the Texans. But this is beyond frustrating for me, because we all know that they was running him too much at times. He's been doing a good job of getting down and sliding and protecting himself. But how you sending him up the gut of a defense that is proficient at stopping running quarterbacks, because all they do is play zone for the most part. We didn't do a good job of protecting him or protecting him from himself against the Chicago Bears. The coaching staff got to wear that. Because what if the Dallas Cowboys didn't drop the ball last week? What if they didn't drop the ball last week? This will be a prime opportunity for those guys to close this thing to 1.5 games or one game. They would a one game if they didn't drop the ball last week. They would be a 11-win team. They most likely going to beat Gardner Minshew and be a 12-win team, and the division is still up for grabs because we came out there and we didn't do what was best for our quarterback. So many ways to beat the Chicago Bears. We decided to run 17 times with our quarterback, and now he's hurt, thus ruining his chances for MVP, ruining our chances for sweeping the Dallas Cowboys, and going 14-1, having the best. I believe we're still going to end this thing 14-1 or better. We still get the number 1 seed, but this is the type of stuff we don't need. Last year, he hurt his ankle around this time towards the end of the season. Gardner Minshew had to come in. The Dallas Cowboys defense not that good. Gardner Minshew could come in and dot these guys up and get the win. It could happen. But then we got to deal with Gardner. If Jalen Hurts could do what anybody could do, we got to deal with that now. If it happens, I don't think it's going to be as proficient as Jalen Hurts. It is what it is. I'm all about getting the win. I don't care who the quarterback is. But this one is on the coaching staff. This one is on the front office. This one is on those guys for not pulling their head out their ass and doing what they're supposed to do by our quarterback. This is completely on them. Completely on them. I am 100% beside myself that we would let this get to this point. That we would run 17 times. I knew we were running too much last week. It just don't make no sense, man. I'm frustrated and rightfully so, man. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, man.